afternoon, everyone. He's Walt Miller, W-A-L-T-M-I-L-L-E-R, Chief with the Evesham Police Department. I have Deputy Chief Scott Friedman from the Evesham Fire Department with us, and we have Chief Carl Bittenbender in the back, also from the Evesham Fire Department. So we appreciate you guys coming out today. We just wanted to release some information to the public on an ongoing investigation and arrest that we had today. So on August 20th, around 10 p.m., we received a call to the 100 block of Aspen Court in Marlton for a report of a residential fire. Police and fire both responded. The house was fully engulfed in flames, and the fire department was able to combat the fire. As a result of the fire, the original house where the fire occurred was severely damaged, as well as an adjoining townhome next to it suffered damages. Inside the homes during the fire, the original house that was set on fire on the 100 block of Aspen Court contained 3 people. The neighboring house had 4 people. So there was 7 people that had to be, flee the house and or be evacuated from the house to prevent further injury or death on that residence. Following the fire suppression by the fire department, a joint investigation between the Evesham Fire Department, Fire Marshal's Office, and the Evesham Police Department commenced. The following night, on August 21st at 9:30 p.m., we responded to the same complex within the Marlton Village development. This time it was the 100 block of Empress Street for a report of another residential fire. That fire was detected early. The fire was able to be suppressed before significant injury or damage to the residents occurred. During that fire, that resident had 2 residents inside the home that were displaced by the fire and had to come forward and be treated. So that fire was put out by the fire department. An investigation again continued with the Evesham Fire and the police department. Based on that second fire, we realized that there was a significant risk to the community in there. We had 2 fires, both within 24 hours of each other, both targeting the same residential neighborhood. We conducted a proactive investigation in the area on the last night into this morning. As a result of that investigation, we identified a suspect that was in the area, matched descriptions that we got from witnesses, as well as from video surveillance that we captured in the area. That suspect was brought into the police department. He was interviewed. His car was seized. We conducted a search warrant on the car and recovered evidence of the car linking him for this time to the second fire. So he's been charged with 2 counts of aggravated arson for the fire that occurred on August 21st. We are continuing the investigation. Likely we'll be firing additional charges for the August 20th fire, as well as additional charges for the August 21st fire, probably within the next couple of days. The subject that was arrested is Colin J. DeLuca, D-E-L-U-C-A. He's a 30-year-old male from Little Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. He is a former resident of the Marlton Village community, and that's kind of where we're at. Right now, he's being treated at a virtual hospital in Marlton for some issues unrelated to his arrest or this incident. He will be transported to Burlington County Jail pending his release from the hospital. So we can take any questions that you guys would have.
So you believe he's going to be charged for the August 20th fire?
That's correct. There's a couple of things we have left just to finish up, but yes, we are fully confident he'll be charged in that fire as well.
And then what would the additional charges be?
Again, aggravated arson. We are looking at also criminal mischief for the damage that was done to the 3 homes. So we have to quantify the dollar amount for that as well, just to charge with the appropriate degree.
And is there a reason that he targeted those homes, or does he have any relationship to?
Yeah, we do have information of what his motive would be in this crime, but unfortunately we can't release that of what his motive is. But the investigation did cover that there was a motive for his targeting this community.
Is there anything in the car that you found incendiary
Yeah, there was evidence recovered from the car consistent with what would have been used to start the fire.
And you can't tell us what that
Yeah,
was?
the incinerator, yeah, definitely incinerator devices. Any other questions?
And the families, so the first fire,
Mhm.
deemed a complete loss.
Yes.
So what's going to happen with that family moving on?
So both houses on the August 20th incident, both families have been displaced and they're being housed temporarily by the Red Cross.
And then just this situation in general, I mean, have you seen something like this before where you have,
Yeah, I mean, targeted arsons to residential, especially occupied residential communities are usually rare. So they're very concerning when they occur. Obviously, great risk to the community. We're grateful that at this point, that area of the community, which I know has been alarmed and the same level of concern that we had, knowing that we had 2 fires within a 24-hour period, likely suspicious, has hopefully been put to rest because we have the suspect in custody, and hopefully that will eliminate any future dangers to that section of the community. Any other questions? I have the fire marshal here. If you have any questions for him, myself, I'd be happy to answer them. I appreciate it.
you can't say how he started the fire? No.
It's still an investigation. I mean, it's going to be, a heat source with, we're still investigating the use of accelerants and things along those lines.
And you found him within the area of where this occurred?
Correct. Yes, we found him in that area.
Do you think you stopped him from potentially trying to harm another?
Yeah, I think there was, based on items that we found in the car that were extremely concerning. There was items in there that had potential to cause additional fires. One of the other issues we found in there was he was armed with a crossbow. So we don't know what his intent was in use of that crossbow, but it's highly concerning for us as a law enforcement agency to have somebody out there that's targeting residents specifically and also armed with a crossbow.
Does he have a criminal history or?
I can't comment on that. Yeah.
It seems like you apprehended him pretty quickly. I know you can't go into too much detail, but pretty good police work.
Yeah, I'm proud of we have a great group here in this police department. It was a good combination from our investigative bureau and our patrol bureau, both using investigative techniques as well as, like good old-fashioned police work to go out there and flood that area with officers and hopefully identify somebody that was an extreme risk to our community. So.
Are you able to divulge any information into, I think you mentioned you looked at surveillance images. Were they provided by businesses, residents?
Both. Businesses, residents, and the complex itself has surveillance that they have to keep their section of the community safe.
So you did find surveillance?
We do, yes.
Okay.
We're still looking through more. On the surveillance, we have been going through the area looking for people that have private surveillance on their homes. So I would encourage anyone that lives in the Marlin Village community to look for some video specifically around August 20th around 10 p.m. and August 21st around 9:30 p.m. And if they have anything that looks like it could have any evidentiary value, if they're unsure, better call us and let us determine it's not. We'd appreciate that if they did it.
I'm being really stupid here. I'm a
No, that's all right.
Pennsylvania girl. Evesham Township, Marlton, where exactly?
So Marlton is Evesham Township.
Okay.
They're synonymous, yeah.
So if we say the houses were in, the fires were in Evesham.
Marlton and Evesham.
Marlton.
Yep, same
Either.
place.
Okay.
Yeah, municipal government is Evesham Township. The postal designation is Marlton,
Thank you.
but same place.
Thank you.
And last question for me,
Yes.
to those communities, are there any concerns? Should they be concerned?
At this point, I'm fully confident that we have the person that was responsible for these incidences in there, which would have led to the concern. He's in custody. We're hoping he'll remain in custody for a period of time, and that should alleviate any future concerns. So now it's just a matter of rebuilding those homes that were lost.
Would attempted murder creep into any of these charges since people were home?
That would be something the prosecutors also have to review later. They could do direct presentment to grand jury, things along those lines. At this time, no. We did have, one of our councilwoman, Heather Cooper, came in the room a little bit late, so we want to introduce her as well. And, yes, so we appreciate you guys coming, taking your time, to get this information out to our community, and thank you.